1 bar long. And I wonder, can I use it on Autumn Leaves? And I scan this lead sheet and I think, oh no, there's no 2-5 that's just 1 bar long, but there's like a 2-5-1 that's like 4 bar long, and so I can't use this lick, right? So that's not true, right? You can use a lick even if it hasn't got the exact same length as your chord progression. And in today's video, I'm going to show you 5 steps how you can use this lick on Autumn Leaves. So step number 1 is understanding the lick. It's a lick on a 2-5, D minor 7, G7. It starts on the G, and we can think about those 3 notes as like an approach note, like double chromatic approach notes from below to the A. The A is the 5 of the chord. And then we're playing the 3rd, like, you know, like 5 and then the 3rd, and just approaching the 5 chromatically, and then we're moving to the E, which is like the 13 on the G7, and that's just like 13, 5, 1, flat 7. So the lick ends on the flat 7. And that's the first thing that we do. We can play it in different octaves. And we can play it in different keys. Just to get it into our ear. And the second step would be to connect chords to this line. I really like to visualize chords in the lines that I'm playing. So I can think chromatic approach to the A in the D minor 7. I'm going to play this chord, D minor 7, 11. And then going to the 13 on the G7, I can visualize this chord. I could also visualize this chord with the outer root. So I'm just trying to play it in different positions and using different chord voicing. So sometimes it's quicker for me to visualize a chord voicing, right? And then I can sort of remember the notes that go around that chord voicing. And there's something very cool we can do with this lick. We can think about it as being in the key of C major, right? So what would be the relative minor? A minor, right? What would be a 2-5 in A minor, like a minor 2-5? That would be B half diminished, E7. The cool thing is you can play the exact same notes over like the corresponding 2-5 in minor. Isn't that cool? I'm going to demonstrate. Then I'm also looking for chords in this variation, so I would play. The A would be the flat 7 of the B half diminished, and then the G would be like the sharp 9 on the E7, and the F would be the flat 9. So I first play the top note and then the chord. So I have a second playground for the lick. I can play it over a 5-1 in major, but I can play it over 5-1 in minor, which sounds so cool already, right? So let's check out Autumn Leaves. Here are the chords that we all know. And one thing that you can do to spice up this progression, you can play a B minor and an E7 in this place, and a B flat minor and an E flat 7 in this place. So we're sort of adding chords to it. We don't necessarily need the other people to play those chords. We imagine them and they will still sound very cool. very clearly outlines a 2-5. That's my starting point. I have to have a phrase that is really like solidly outlining a 2-5. And then I'm just shifting it around to hear how it sounds actually, right? I'm training my ear to hear how a chromatic 2-5, because that's what we're playing here, right? How that would sound. And I do that a couple of times in different positions. But then after a while, if I have the feeling I have the sound in my ear, I just improvise using those sounds. And if you're having chromatic 2-5s, you can always use like the Dorian Mixolydian approach. So I'm going to just improvise over those chords now. And there are many other tunes where you can use stuff like this. Think about it as back cycling. How can you approach a note or a chord that is in the future? And if you have a tune like, for example, Tune Up, or any other tune where you have a very long stretch of a 2-5-1 and the tonic lasts like forever and you don't really know what to play over it, try back cycling. So which chord comes after this very long tonic, and then you can think also like cycle of fifths, chromatic 2-5s, turnaround, whatever that is, and don't be afraid to fill that space. If your line is cool and organic and makes sense, you can always inject a line into a jazz standard and will sound pretty cool. I hope I could help you, and I see you next week. Bye!